List of food that your cat can't eat. Cats' digestive systems are extremely sensitive and evolved for a very specific diet. Here's a list of the most common toxic foods that you should never give your cat. Garlic contains compounds called disulfides and thiosulfates that can damage a cat's red blood cells and lead to anemia. Onions contain thiosulfate too, a harmful substance if your pets ingest them because their bodies are unable to break that chemical down. Thiosulfate, if ingested, attacks your cat's red blood cells and can lead to hemolytic anemia. Chives, similar to onions, are part of a group of plants called alliums, which are toxic for cats, and if digested, can cause vomiting, diarrhea, a reduced appetite, and dehydration. Chocolate contains theobromine and caffeine, which are toxic to cats and can lead to vomiting, diarrhea, seizures, and even death. Grapes can cause kidney failure. Even a small amount can make a cat ill. Repeated vomiting and hyperactivity are early signs. Nuts. Cats are more likely to suffer from choking and obstruction of the esophagus, stomach, and intestines from nuts. Also, the high fat levels and dense calorie count are other reasons cats should avoid them. Cats can suffer from pancreatitis. Raisins can cause vomiting, diarrhea, lethargy, and a range of other symptoms in our feline friends. In severe cases, raisin poisoning in cats can cause life-threatening kidney failure. With this in mind, make sure you keep raisins and any baked goods that contain them well away from your pet at all times. Avocado. They contain a toxin called persin that can be harmful to animals, cats and dogs alike. Persin is mostly found in the skin, leaves, and pit of the avocado, and when consumed in large quantities, can cause health issues in cats. Milk. Most cats are actually lactose intolerant as they don't have the enzyme in their intestines to digest the sugar in milk, meaning that milk which contains lactose can make them poorly. They can get vomiting, diarrhea, and stomach pain from drinking it, just like lactose intolerance in humans. Raw meat. Cats need cooked food for the same reason we do. Raw meat can be contaminated with disease-causing germs like salmonella, listeria, or E. coli. Some cats can get sick from the contaminated food, and some will seem fine but shed the problematic bacteria in their stool. Raw fish can contain bacteria that cause food poisoning. In addition, an enzyme in raw fish destroys thiamine, which is an essential B vitamin for your cat. A lack of thiamine can cause serious neurological problems and lead to convulsions and coma. Raw chicken. Similar to raw meat, it is often contaminated with bacteria such as salmonella and E. coli, which can make your cat sick. Moreover, raw chicken bones can pose a choking hazard or cause damage to the cat's digestive tract. Raw eggs. Like humans, cats can get food poisoning from a type of bacteria, sometimes present in raw eggs called salmonella. Raw eggs also contain an enzyme called avidin that interferes with cats' ability to absorb biotin, a type of vitamin. Caffeine found in coffee, tea, energy drinks, and some medications. Caffeine can cause restlessness, rapid breathing, heart palpitations, and death in cats. Shallots. They cause gut upsets and damage red blood cells, which results in anemia. Gum. Some chewing gums contain the sweetener xylitol, which is toxic to cats. A single piece of sugar-free gum contains about 0.3 grams. After ingesting xylitol, animals including cats quickly develop hypoglycemia, dangerously low blood sugar, and with less sugar in the bloodstream, your pet may faint or suffer from seizures, which can be fatal. Other signs of xylitol poisoning include collapse, difficulty walking, lethargy, vomiting, and weakness. Mushrooms. Most mushrooms aren't lethal to cats. They can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and lethargy, which will mean a trip to the vet. Some types of mushrooms contain toxins that can severely damage a cat's liver and kidneys. Notable wild mushrooms that are poisonous to cats include death cap, meaning Amanita phalloides, Candy. Hard candies, gummies, and gum may contain ingredients like xylitol or sugar. These types of candy, in large amounts, tend to clump together in a dog's or cat's stomach, potentially obstructing their digestive system. Dog food. Though dog food is not toxic to cats, your cat needs a very different set of nutrients than a dog. Cat food should contain plenty of vitamin A, taurine, arachidonic acid, and protein, and dog food has much lower levels of these nutrients. Dogs can survive with lower levels of vitamin A and protein, while cats cannot. Oranges are toxic to cats and should be avoided due to their citric acid content. Oranges can cause vomiting, diarrhea, and central nervous system depression in cats. Lemon. Cats lack the liver enzymes to process certain compounds in lemon essential oils. Ingestion or skin contact can result in vomiting, difficulty breathing, and muscle tremors. The concentrated nature of these oils amplifies the risk, making even small amounts dangerous. Limes can cause kidney failure, vomiting and diarrhea, inflammation of the pancreas, and severe dehydration. They're also known to cause depression in cats. Grapefruit contains psoralen compounds, which are toxic to your cat and can be absorbed through the skin as well as ingested. All parts of the fruit, peel, fruit, and seeds are toxic and can induce serious symptoms including diarrhea, vomiting, and photosensitivity. Rhubarb. The soluble oxalate crystals in rhubarb can also cause kidney damage, nephrosis, or even cause renal failure. Like onions, shallots, and garlic, they belong to the alliums family, which are toxic for cats. They cause gut upsets and damage red blood cells, which results in anemia. Symptoms include vomiting, diarrhea, a reduced appetite, and dehydration. Spring onions. Even when cooked or dried, alliums are thought to contain toxins called disulfides and thiosulfonates that damage red blood cells, which causes anemia. Chili. Cats and chili peppers are a no-go. If your feline has snacked on one, expect drooling or gastrointestinal distress. Capsaicin, the spicy demon in peppers, wreaks havoc differently in cats than in humans. It's not just about a fiery mouth. The stomach gets in on the action too, with vomiting and diarrhea. Raw potato is poisonous to cats, just like humans, because it contains a compound called solanine. If eaten, raw potatoes can cause vomiting and diarrhea, as well as lethargy and disorientation. Blue cheese. Cats should not eat blue cheese or similar moldy varietals. Blue cheese, like Stilton, contains the mold penicillium, which can be toxic to pets. Raw dough. Uncooked yeast ferments the carbohydrates in the dough, producing ethanol and carbon dioxide. This process can continue in the stomach, leading the animal to become disoriented, bloated, potentially leading to GDV and ataxic. And just like people, alcohol poisoning can be fatal for pets. Cinnamon is not defined as poisonous to cats, but it can still be very dangerous for them. Cats lack the enzyme that is required to break down cinnamon, so accidental ingestion or exposure over a long period of time can cause the compounds to build up in your cat's body and become toxic. Alcohol. Cats are much more sensitive to alcohol than humans. Ethanol poisoning may cause depression of the central nervous system, which may result in vomiting and lethargy. Cats can not only get drunk, but it can also cause severe liver and brain damage. As little as a tablespoon of any form of alcohol can put an adult cat in a coma. Macadamia. Nuts can be toxic to cats due to the high levels of oil and fat. Nuts also pose a choking hazard. Symptoms of macadamia nut poisoning include vomiting. Pistachio. The high-fat content of pistachios can lead to weight gain and even obesity in cats. Plus, the hard shell of a nut can be a choking hazard or cause digestive blockages. Another issue is that, like other tree nuts, pistachios often contain high amounts of added salt. Pecans. Cats can eat pecans, but they're not the best option for a cat-friendly snack. Pecans are high in fat and calories, so your cat may become overweight if you give them too many of these treats. Almonds are high in fat and difficult for cats to digest, which can lead to upset stomach. Vomiting and diarrhea are common signs of digestive upset in cats who have eaten almonds. Pancreatitis. In severe cases, the high-fat content of almonds can trigger pancreatitis, a painful inflammation of the pancreas. Bones can cause multiple problems for cats if eaten, including choking, obstruction, or tearing in the digestive tract, and infection. Cooked chicken bones are the riskiest, as they are more likely to splinter and cause damage. That being said, raw bones should also be avoided. Please, make sure you inform yourself carefully before giving anything to your cat.